Hi, my name's Amias.
And my name's Maddie, and we're going to be your MCs today for this month's African Heritage Assembly. To start off, we're going to have a few words from our principal, Ms. Finley.
This year's African Heritage Month theme is Black History Matters: Listen, Learn, Share, and Act. The theme brings focus and increased awareness of racialized issues of a community that has overcome great adversity for inclusion. It further calls on us to listen, learn, share, and act to make society a better place. Throughout African Heritage Month at North Nova, you will have an opportunity to learn about our local African Nova Scotians who have made great impact on our community. Our planning group has worked to create daily trivia contests that celebrate achievements and contributions of people of African descent. I encourage you to take part in these opportunities to further your understanding of Black history and celebrate the culture of people of African descent. I want to acknowledge Mr. Sparks, Ms. Lawrence, Ms. Borden, and Mr. Bowman for their contributions in supporting our African Heritage Month Assembly and activities this month. As well, a thank you to our students who are committed to helping us learn more about Black history in Nova Scotia. Your impact is felt through today's assembly and throughout our school each and every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Finley, for those words of encouragement.
Now we're going to move on and have the North Nova Choir sing Lift Every Voice and Sing. So if everybody could please rise and remove your hats. Thank you, North Nova Choir. That was awesome. Everybody can please be seated.
Now we have some poetry from Pacific and Joy.
I am me. I will never pretend to be another. I will never want to be another. I will not change who I am just to fit in. I am me. I'm not perfect, but I'm working on myself. Working to become a best version of myself. To continue to expand myself through my own work, in my own way. I am me. Not me you think I am. Not me you want me to be, but just me. The one I want to be. I am me. I make my own decision. I don't follow. I walk my path. It's not always easy, but I'd rather walk alone than walk with others in a long direction. I am me. I am strong. I have a big heart. I speak my truth. I don't back down. I am me. I don't settle. I go for what I want. I won't apologize for being me. I am me. I accept you. I accept everyone as they are, as they want to be. That's me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm here with a poem titled Black History Month Matters by Miss Lawrence. It is said that without awareness of the past, we cannot be thankful for the present or hopeful for the future. Marcus Garvey reminds us that a nation that is ignorant of its past is like a tree without roots. People of African descent are black 365 days a year. Being black is not something that they live or experience once a month. Unless we forget, society reminds them daily without countless acts of injustice. So being black is my life. It is who I am. It is my story. BHM provides an opportunity for others to learn as Black people will rejoice, reflect, and celebrate our history. We place the spotlight on the best of our culture and highlight the sacrifice and themes of our ancestors. It brings us together and reminds everyone that Black history is a part of all history. BHM matters, and every effort to observe the achievement of our people matters. May we all strive to realize the importance of this month, because without awareness of the past, we are blind in the present and unaware of our path to the future. Thank you.
Those are some powerful words. Thank you, ladies.
Now we're going to have a selection from our North Nova African Nova Scotian Performing Arts Group.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our performance. Our group is called the North Nova African Nova Scotia Performing Arts Group. We used to be formerly YADI, Youth African Drumming Ensemble, but we've changed our name. So today we are happy to do two songs for you. The first one is Fonga, and the second one will be Pon Logo.
Thank you, Performing Arts Group. Now we have an interview by Layla McCrae with Wanda Robson, Viola Desmond's sister.
The significance of this interview was really important for us because a lot of people think that the civil rights movement started with Rosa Parks, but it actually started here in New Glasgow with Viola Desmond 9 years before Rosa.
Who am I?
Yes,
I'm Wanda. I'm Wanda Robson, sister of Viola Desmond.
Can you share with us your experience with racism?
Myself?
Yes, what was it like growing up in it?
Yeah, well, you know, being a young person, and I was living right in the Black community, and went to school in the area. but the we knew where we could go, and we knew that there were some places, as I had said that well, blacks were not welcome. I remember going when I was working, and one of my cohorts said, well, she could get me an appointment with her hairdresser because I had to go out somewhere that evening, and the hairdresser had not seen me. So my friend made an appointment. My friend was white, and she made an appointment for me. She was one of these people that didn't see color. Isn't it wonderful? But when I went for my appointment, there were two sisters running the beauty parlor, two white girls. They looked up at each other, and they looked at and they started to speak. I think they were Italian. They were speaking in a foreign language to me. And then they turned around. One of them turned around and said, "We don't do you people." Well, the place was full of people, customers. It's very humiliating to say that we can't serve you because we don't do you people.
Tell us a little bit about your sister, Viola Desmond.
Viola was wanted to be a teacher, and when she graduated from high school, and that would be in she was born in 1914, so that would be in the 20s when she graduated from high school, and there were very few uh, black children could make it to high school. It wasn't because of the lack of brains. They had to work to bring money into the home, and so Viola graduated, and she, as I had said, she wanted to be a teacher. So and at that time, in the 20s, they didn't hire black women or men to teach. If you wanted to teach, you had to pass grade 12, and you had to pass a test that the school board would give you so you could teach. And you had to teach in the black schools. You couldn't, it was segregated schools. So you couldn't teach right in the white schools in the cities. You had to go like to Africville, Hammonds Plains, Preston, and places like that. So she passed the test, and she went to teach in Hammonds Plains, which is on the outskirts of Halifax, near Africville, which was, as you know, about Africville. But she started to teach there. She loved teaching. And one day, during the second year of her teaching, I think, she read an article about this woman in the United States, a black woman, who was a self-made millionaire. Her name was Madam C.J. Walker. Viola thought, now she loved teaching, but she saw a future of helping, of going into the beauty business for the area, for our area in Halifax. There were no places that you could go to get your hair done, or you go to the stores, like the big store, Eaton's and Simpsons and that, and the Woolworths. You wouldn't find cosmetics for black skins. And you wouldn't find like powders, anything like that. So Vio thought, I am, that's what I want to be, like that woman, Madam C.J. Walker, who became a millionaire and had nationwide, all over the United States, her stores, and her people that worked for her. And she owned a home, a beautiful palatial home in Long Island. And this was in the early 1900s. That's a long time ago. So Viola said, like, I want all of you to think that I'm going to do that, but I have to be educated in that area, in the area of beauty, of hair, of salons. See, she couldn't go to the beauty schools in Halifax. blacks were not accepted. So she started by going to um, back and forth. She would go. She went to Montreal first for a training, got a certificate, came home and did some of her hair. She didn't open a salon at first. She didn't have the money, so she opened it in her apartment. Then she went back and forth. She continued going back and forth, getting more and more certificates. It's like my mother said, if you want to do something, and she wanted to go in the black beauty industry. So she had racked up, I would say, 5 or 6 diplomas and certificates, one from Atlantic City and the rest from New York. And every time she'd come back, she would do some work, get some more money, and go back and forth. And this is a sacrifice on, well, she wanted to do it, but she wasn't making a lot of money. She was making a little bit, enough to start her next course. So I would say about, she was starting that in 1938, 39 in her home, her beauty parlor, what you would call it. It wasn't a parlor, it was her living room. You have to creep before you can crawl, and crawl before you can walk, or before you can stand up and walk. That was the way she approached everything. So here she is now. She's opening up her first, after having it in her home, she's opening up her first beauty salon on Gaudington Street in Halifax. And she was swamped. I mean, of course she was. I mean, so a lot of the black people did hair in their kitchen and that, but Viola was certified. She was ready now. Her door was open. Her salon door was open. And she was making money. Money that operated her store. She had a girl, she had a school. She started a school because she was so busy, and that she knew that that she could give out her knowledge and have her school, and give of her knowledge to other black women to start their own business because it was needed.
Can you tell us about the incident here in New Glasgow at the Roseland Theatre?
So she goes down the streets in New Glasgow, and it actually probably was a good relaxing time for her. She didn't give herself much time to relax. So when she saw this theater, she thought, well, okay, I think I'll take in a theater and I'll relax. Oh, she got in there. She said, not in the theater. She got in the foyer and said, I'll have a ticket down, a ticket for the seat downstairs. And the ticket seller looked at her and gave her a ticket, and she said she walked into the main floor. Viola did, and sat down, and she was just getting comfortable. Viola liked to go to movies, but she hadn't been in a movie since 1939. Gone with the Wind, I think it was. So she sat down. The next thing you know, the usher told her, "You can't sit here." And she said, "Oh, no." She said, "Because you have the ticket for the balcony." Viola says, "I'll just go change it." She went back to change it, the ticket from the main floor to the balcony. And the ticket seller said, "Well, we can't sell tickets." Viola said, one downstairs, please. I'd like to change this. And she said, we're not allowed to sell tickets, downstairs tickets to you people. She thought, oh, yes, I see what she's meaning. I'm not going upstairs. I'm going to see the money for the difference of the price of the upstairs and downstairs, the ticket, the amusement tax. Viola sat down there, and they told her again, the usher told her that you have to move. And Viola said, I'm not moving. She said, I'll have to call the manager. Viola said, call the manager. People often ask me, what would you have done? I said I would have gotten up and gone out. I would have had my head down, upset, angry, but I would have gone out and never come back again. Viola did not do that. They carried her out. They called the police. And a policeman and the manager carried her out. They took her. The manager got a warrant for her arrest, and she was put in jail. I asked Viola, what was it like in jail? She said, well, it wasn't a home away from home. There was a little sort of crummy little cot in the corner, and I sat down there. I said, well, what did you do? Well, she said, well, I don't have much chance to clean up my purse. There's all the stuff in there I don't need. So I dumped it out on the cot and sorted my stuff and threw out some old wrappers and stuff. And then I saw my appointment book, and I sat on the edge. I said, on the edge of the cot. She said, I said, did you lie down? Oh, no, she said, I wouldn't lie down there. Look messy. She said, I wouldn't lay there. She said, I checked my appointment thing, and then she said, I didn't sleep. I just was too upset.
What advice can you give us today as young people?
My hope, and I know her hopes would be in the young people of today, yesterday, and tomorrow to satisfy their dreams in whatever area they are. They never forget who they are. And to the words, as my mother said, education, education, education. That's what we need. That's what is there for us. And we can do it. You can do it. I'm 94, but my hopes are with the future. Please, educate yourself. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to be, you can do it. And it costs money. Sure, it costs money. There are scholarships out there. There are. You have them in your area. We have them here in our area. Scholarship at St. Mary's and scholarship at Cape Breton University. I graduated in 77 when I was 77. In 2004, I graduated from the university here. And as I said, they have a scholarship. Thank you for inviting me.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
That was a really moving interview. We're really grateful that Miss Robertson was able to share her great wealth and knowledge with us.
And now we'll have our final selection from the North Nova Performing Arts Group.
Thank you all for taking the time out of your day to watch this assembly.
We hope you learned more about African Heritage Month and the significance of keeping our history and stories alive and relevant in today's society.